The angry black man in Black History Month. I don't know. I don't believe he's a black man at all, but he just has that look of I'm angry, I'm frustrated, I had enough.
No, Mark, that's the look, and I know we're gonna cuss and demonetize ourselves, but we ain't making money right away. But that's the look of I wish a motherfucker would right now. That's what that look is. He looking, he waiting for somebody to say something wrong to him. He waiting on
Paul Heyman's waiting on hate as well. Paul Heyman, like he's casting spells.
But Manny, is he using potions?
No, Roman's got all the potions. Roman's immune to all this shit.
Roman looks like he's looking at somebody across the room that won't shut the fuck up at the restaurant while he trying to enjoy his meal. Can someone get him out of here?
Like I said on Thursday, Dakota Kai still by MVP because that might be one of the best captions I've read in a long time. Bitch try to cast spells with potions. Shit. I need a shirt. I do. One is a champion, the other,
Well, we saw the value of our champions this week. I feel like Charlotte stepped up her game to help out Naomi and Britt Baker. It just seemed like that was an off-brand match. After watching Naomi and Charlotte and then watching Britt Baker and whoever she fought, whatever her name was, the renegade of whatever her name was. I was like,
something renegade.
Different. There's levels to this. Yeah, there's levels to this.
Now, Manny, why you threatening me with a good time? You know, both Jay White and Hook. You know, those my people right there.
Hey, for the record, this looks like something that go on Jay White's OnlyFans. I'm just saying.
It probably would.
You got lethal weapons here. You got a switchblade and a hook. You got the lethal weapons right here.
I feel like I'm watching Peter Pan.
And you know, I have a lot of things to say about that hook match because it had to happen. It had to happen.
Oh
man, such a brilliant move that I will discuss and see you guys' opinion when we get into the show, into the meat and potatoes, because I really enjoyed what they did for the main event for SmackDown compared to everything else on that show.
Oh no, look at Naomi sell that loss. Look at her sell that loss. She looks like she's gonna cry. She looks devastated. And there's a white woman there to help her. It's a white savior story coming up.
I always follow the white man.
It's a white woman.
What? By the way, what did you guys think of the vignettes of Charlotte all throughout the show? Of turning into the camera and talking about, I'm gonna beat this bitch ass. Cut away. Catch me in the main event. I'm gonna beat this bitch ass. Like that was all through the show.
I needed it. It was unnecessary, but I felt like I needed it.
But every commercial was a 2-second promo.
But she just channeled the inner Roman where he's like, I'm gonna smash you. And that's what, so, you know, Roman is a smasher and Charlotte is an ass beater. I mean, I get what was going on.
We'll be back right after this.
Welcome everybody to the Shop Shooters. I'm Eric, aka Beefly.
I'm Lord Manny Days, aka Thirst Dropper Jones.
And I'm Marcus, aka Marcus the Grand Finale.
Man, I think this might be the first time I've been on the show with Thirst Trapper Jones where he actually acknowledged who he is.
I mean, I did it yesterday on Raw is Retro. If you watched that,
how are the traps, Manny? Have you caught anything recently, or are we still checking them? I mean, what's going on?
Well, I mean, Thirst Trap is not to catch anything.
Yeah, it's to throw the thirst. but we're in mild retirement right now.
Oh wow! Did Keith Lee kill it? Did Keith Lee kill it? Was that the end of it?
Because the thirst traps happened in the mid-card mess, and as we've explained, I'm taking a break from that because I need my rest and I need my life back.
I'm glad we can have this interference to let you stop doing what you're doing.
Well, speaking of getting the life back, let's just jump right into Friday Night SmackDown. A show on the surface had a lot of things to complain about, but the one thing that you could not complain about, and that is the main event. And the way that they set this main event up from the beginning of the show, when you had the general manager, Sonya Deville, being prohibited by the chairman of the board, Vince McMahon, said, I've been watching your ass. I've been watching
the letter.
And if you do anything else, your ass is going to face him.
I need something to be explained. Adam Pearce wears reading glasses, correct?
Okay.
Possibly, yeah.
So why was he holding his phone this far away from him whilst reading this thing?
Manny, you know how sometimes when you pick up your phone and that font change and you don't expect it to change on you and you got to pull it back? I mean,
all caps.
Quite frankly, he probably wasn't reading anything. But do you think Adam Pearce took pleasure in telling Sonya Deville that, hey, your ass is out of line, and you was out of line when you scooped into this position to be my assistant or co-manager? Because I felt he took a lot of joy in that. Marcus, how do you feel? Like, have you ever been able to deliver somebody some news when they've been out of control and you just took satisfaction with it?
Well, I feel like he paraphrased this whole thing, what that email was. And I don't know if you remember the Kevin Hart joke when he got to cuss out his teacher. That's pretty much what I felt like he was doing. He will shut your ass up, your motherfucking mouth. Like, that's what I felt like he was doing. And also, I don't believe that was the email Vince McMahon sent. In fact, I have a copy of the email Vince McMahon sent in a memo that he said. It starts off, damn it, Sonya. It's the month of February. You can't do overtly racist shit in the month of February. It stands out. Naomi is a commodity in February. We can't do a video package if you're being obviously racist toward her, because you haven't explained why you hate her, and we clearly know
she has explained why she hates her. She
has explained it, Marcus.
Good enough. It wasn't good enough because it continues to go on. Naomi has never said she wanted to be in the title picture. She just wants to be on the show, and yet you have fools like Aaliyah and Natty running around in circles on your show, but there was no spot for main event Naomi.
Main event Naomi.
Main event Naomi.
I'm going to ask this question. If you're Sonya Deville, are you getting Adam Pearce back?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So you said it. I'm sending Brock. And reminding him that he suspended him.
Well,
rip his pants.
The interesting thing about how the whole thing was set up, and this is where I would give WWE credit for knowing their audience and where they were at in the demographic where they were located, being in New Orleans, is that after the announcement was made by Adam Pearce, Naomi came out to the ring and she slapped the shit out of Sonya Deville, and the crowd went crazy. So at that point for the main event, I knew Sonya couldn't touch Naomi, but I was like, is Sonya gonna find some type of can a female be a goon? Why not? Is she gonna find some type? Huh?
She has a goon.
Who's Sonya's goon?
The Queen of
Spades. No, you gotta upgrade.
Yeah, because
come on, you don't want to dig that up. Done. You don't want to dig that up again. You know how many pins that Shayna's had?
Yeah,
he's on her back all the time.
There was a part of me that thought that maybe something was going to happen in the main event where she interfered, and and I thought that built up a lot of anticipation for the main event. But Marcus, I think you were going to say something.
Yeah, who's the goon? I got my goon. Shit, who's your goon?
I thought she might have would have called Mandy. I mean, we living in a forbidden door. I mean, why not?
No goon.
Mandy ain't a goon.
Mandy ain't now her thug friends, they're goons. But
Tamina's too busy chasing the 24/7 title.
Yeah, and being a mother.
Them knees can't be a goon anymore.
So who's your goon, Marcus?
My goon is Raquel Gonzalez.
Oh, that's true.
The biggest goon out there. She a goon. And Dakota Kai knew she was a goon back in the day, and she was a better goon than she was a champion. Back to gooning. Who's your goon? Senga?
I told you, no, that dude got fired, Marcus. He was fired. He lost in his debut match. You can't be a monster and lose to LA
Hey,
Knight.
that women's division, he might
Don't
run
be
roughshod.
discriminating India. Anyone from India, they make up a good proportion of our listener base. America, you better step up. America, you better step up.
Okay, you know what?
Go Senga.
My goon, Wendy Chu, because I get to see Sleepy Offense on Friday night too, you know. Because I can see Naomi thinking that she's there to help her.
You're too lazy to do that.
You go look over. Get her. It's gonna be like trying to sick a dog or somebody, just a little small dog.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, brothers, though. This main event between Naomi and Charlotte was fire. And quite frankly, might would have been one of the better matches Naomi has had in a while. And I think it was because placement of where this match took place at. Taking place in New Orleans. Let me tell you, the crowd was 100% behind Naomi. People thought we were going to get the upset of upsets. When she hit the rear end, I even said, oh my God, I think it's over. And I was like, shit.
I believe it's called the rear view. I believe it's called the rear view, not the rear end.
Cannot put out someone like Charlotte. If that put out someone like Charlotte, I am shitting all over this segment.
When I see that move, I just see a rear end. I don't care what the move is called. But overall, Manny, what did you take away from this match between Charlotte and Naomi?
That Charlotte made Naomi look incredibly credible. I don't know why I said it like that.
Nope. You wanted to use the two same words twice.
To make it sound so nice.
I want to sound like Keith Lee, where he says words unnecessarily sometimes. Yes. Naomi looked credible for the first time in a very long time. Like, even I didn't think she was credible during her SmackDown Women's title run, but she looked incredibly competent in this one. And the crowd was behind her. Everything just gelled really well in this one. So I don't know where they go from here, because the whole story between Sonya and Naomi, it looks like it's going to be ending on one of the nights of WrestleMania.
It has to. I think that's the only place it can go. I feel like it's one of the longest story going on in WWE right now. And
in all of wrestling.
And for whatever reason,
MJF and Punk is going on. They're like side by side.
And for whatever reason, I'm invested. Marcus, your takeaway from the debate of it, was there anything that you didn't like about it?
Oh, honestly, I cannot complain about this match. I have nothing to complain about. I thought this was the a main event that I haven't had on SmackDown alongside man or female, and I was invested in it. And for whatever reason, I lost all of my smart wrestling knowledge and actually believed at one point, is Naomi gonna get this bitch before
Marcus?
Does she not want to go to Saudi? Is that what you think?
I was with you, man. I just didn't know. But then I also thought the ending of the match where, the beatdown take place and then Ronda Rousey comes out, and you could say that Ronda is being received sometimes negative and sometimes positively. Now you're pairing her with a face who is clearly over, which is Naomi, and they're taking this to Saudi.
Yeah, but it was a smart move. It was a smart move to get Ronda cheered, because that crowd loved Naomi and believed that she should have won, and believed that she's going to beat Charlotte tonight. And then when Sonya came back to go get and the jumping began of Charlotte and Sonya, and you're like, damn, no one's going to make the save. And finally a save happened. It felt like an AEW run-in save, but it felt different because it doesn't happen all the time.
So, Manny,
Ronda almost bit it in her run. She almost fell out, and that would have ruined the whole moment.
My question that I have for you, though, is that, remember, Adam Pearce said that Vince sent in that email saying that she's not supposed to have any interaction. She
during
ended up
during the match. The bell had rung. The match was
okay. Okay, then never mind. Then the boots was put to him. But overall, I said that was a wonderful main event. It was nothing I would do different. Like the show itself as a whole had very good matches, but a lot of things took place that I just didn't care for. And one of the things that I didn't care for is, go ahead, Marcus.
I was gonna say, before we go forward, I want to pull my Magic Johnson card out there. If this is All-Star Weekend, say the women's division on SmackDown is back because of this match. And the rise of Sonya Deville back in competition.
I mean, I think it's exciting. I think
I
that
can't believe this is going to Saudi though. Saudi got their Ronda Rousey. That's why she really back. Saudi
Saudi's
got
getting a lot of women this year.
yeah. They're
They
breaking man.
They put them on the billboard for the
Yeah.
Lita and Becky Lynch match, which was the first time a woman's been featured on a billboard in Saudi Arabia, apparently, which is probably incredible or also terrible at the same time.
They're doing some type of work. I don't know what they're doing, but you know what? Let's stay, since we're talking about Saudi, let's talk about somebody who can't go to Saudi, which was another positive to me of Friday Night SmackDown. This was the segment of Insane, the podcast recording where I don't understand why he keeps trying to record his podcast in the middle of the ring, but clearly he was trying to set up and kill Nakamura. He was trying to go easily. And unfortunately, Rick Boogs took the booby trap. The booby trap microphone got Boogs, but you know,
no one told Boogs to touch that microphone.
But Nakamura still got Haluma kick. I mean, even the Johnny Knoxville going and defacing the Sami Zayn merchandise at the LA pop-up was quite hilarious. Huh?
Yeah.
I like that shirt.
I like the shirt, and dare I say this, without the backlash of the IWC, Johnny Knoxville looked great with the United States title around his waist.
Why was he wearing the United States title?
He bought it at the pop-up shop. It was a merchandise, right? And I was like, he represent, and his shirt says, "I'm Johnny Knoxville, the WWE champion." I'm like, I accepted all that. It may be a David Arquette moment, but I would be actually pro Johnny Knoxville winning the United States Championship.
You know what? At least it's not a main title. I think that whole David Arquette thing was because it was a main title. People shit on it.
But gentlemen, let me ask you this question, because I feel like this is just the greatness of Sami Zayn, because I don't think there's any other performer in wrestling who could take this material that they're giving him and actually make it work the way he's making it work. Like, if you put anybody else and they do it electrocuting, like if you put Elias in that situation, we would just be like, oh my God, this is ridiculous. But Sammy is something about him. Huh?
Elias did get electrocuted during a musical match.
He did. But I mean, like, is it just something infectious about Sami Zayn that we like, Manny, or what is it about him?
He's just really good. He's like a really good talent to have. He's like when we were talking about Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn's contracts coming up. They're the ones you want to keep around. They're the ones you want. They're not your A-list, but they're your B-list that make everyone else better around them. And they were people that you would keep. So they are special talent.
Yeah.
They're your Swiss Army knife. It's like if you're caught in the bind and shit is going down and you need
stab a motherfucker.
That Swiss Army knife can stab a motherfucker, it can start a fire, it can cut you free from a thirst trap. I mean, it's all good.
I'm only stabbed. When I'm in a bad situation and I have a very knife, I'm only stabbed. That's the only thing I got. I don't know what to do with these other things.
Who have you stabbed? Who have you stabbed?
I'm not talking about any of my cold cases, Manny. I'm not talking about any of my cold cases.
My cold cases.
But I'm pretty sure me and my grandmother both have murder somewhere. The same switchblade / Swiss Army knife. But the analogy you guys are doing, I can't believe you guys failed to do this analogy. This is Super Bowl weekend. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are like a good offensive line. They don't get much credit for all the work they put in, how versatile they are, but they're able to keep the quarterback free so he can do what he do.
And Mark, that's why you're the A-talent of the show. That's a very good analysis, my brother. That's very good.
Super Bowl weekend.
Marcus, to be fair, since 2000, I think the offensive line and defensive lines have taken great credit. It's not too,
all right.
Like
all
it's
right.
like not
Manny,
like the 60s
right,
when no one cared about the offensive line.
Hold on. Can you name me one offensive lineman playing in the Super Bowl this weekend?
No.
Whitworth.
But I can tell you they made a movie about one.
No, and Manny, you could have made up a name, Manny. You could have said, Trey Johnson, and Marks wouldn't know if you were right or not. You could just make
that would
have
been my point. That would have been my point. Like you said, Whitlock or whatever.
Yeah, you know,
you don't have a first name.
Adam.
You don't have a number. You don't have a size.
77. Left tackle for the Rams. Oh man.
Miami State. We should have did intros like the NFL. Eric Smith, Ohio State,
So,
Ohio State University.
Marcus, are you finished talking about Sammy, or can I move on to something else?
Well, I still hate the electrocutions. I hate it. I hate the sound effects. It sounds so unbelievable. But I'm gonna give it credit one time because it was an electric microphone, and that's why it picked up the way it did.
Oh, was that what it was? I thought Boogs just fell victim to feedback, and then he just fell back.
No, I think they were playing off the jackass that the microphone was rigged for someone to touch it, and it was going to electrocute him, and Boogs was the one that got it.
It was one of the booby traps.
I know this is going to be a hard question for you.
Hold on. Do you think booby traps came from a woman who had big boobs and then she had traps?
No, that's a thirst trap.
How did we get to the term booby traps? Oh, no, boobies! Some booby trap that exploded on me. They look so nice and then pow!
If you're listening to this, can you email us the origins of booby traps?
No, this is gonna be very
you can
bad.
make it up as much as you want. You can embellish, with artistic license.
But Marcus,
I believe the origin of booby traps: woman with a nice set of boobs that exploded when a man grabbed them. It's like, no, this isn't safe. My hands. Those nipples were sharp. Go ahead, Eric. What is your origin of booby traps?
I don't have one because I'm trying to walk away from this segment very gingerly.
Porn man.
My question for you, Marcus, because you said that you hated the pipe-in audio of the electric shock, correct? For the first time ever, Marcus, I want to have a battle because you have been watching Raw, Retro Raw, and Marcus, are you taking the electrocution sound or the sound of the chainsaw that Chainsaw Charlie had when he got to the ring? Who are you taking, Marcus? Who are you taking?
For the record, I'm going to take the. I understand what you're saying here, but I am going to take the chainsaw because it has sparkles.
Manny, are you in agreement with Marcus and taking the chainsaw in the battle of piped-in audio?
No. So, on I think this week's episode of Raw is Retro, we actually spoke about Chainsaw Charlie attacking the Road Dogg whilst Road Dogg was in a car where he tried to cut him open. Road Dogg then opened the door, and then instead of Chainsaw Charlie going after Road Dogg, he decided to try and cut the frame, which at all points the sparks were coming from the bottom, not the actual chainsaw. Therefore, I'm choosing the electrocution sound.
That is your Terry Funk moment of the week.
I really miss Pat McAfee on this episode of SmackDown because it was lacking the type of energy that I needed to have.
I don't like Corey anymore.
No, it's just not the same.
Corey feels like Raw.
And I think we can really have a really in-depth discussion about the opening match of SmackDown, because I think the opening match left so many mixed emotions. That was Los Lotharios going against the New Day. I mean, it's been well documented how the rise and fall of Big E has been, it's been, he was the champion. Now he's back down to the tag team with Kofi Kingston, but now he's losing to Los Lotharios, and he didn't get pinned. He didn't get pinned, but I also see where you're trying to put some type of investment into the tag team division, and a win for Los Lotharios over the New Day could be beneficial. Manny, I'll turn to you first. How did you take this opening match, and what did you take away from it?
Well, I took nothing away from it. It's 50-50 booking, Eric. The New Day got a win last week. It means nothing. The real meaning of this match is they're now being referred to as the Lethal Lovers, which sounds like rapists.
Lethal Lovers.
Hey, guess what they can use? That knife that Marcus only used for stabbing.
It's a Swiss Army knife, but only used for stabbing.
Well, Marcus,
that's what he calls the penis.
Oh wow! Do you have anything different from that, Marcus? The 50-50.
I do. I have some hot takes on this one.
Go ahead, Mark. Take it. Hot.
Because I feel like a lot of this is glossed over here because the paraphrase.
You channeling your Booker T?
The paraphrase
Alexa Bliss.
Oh, you didn't do it. You didn't do it. You went like that.
You was this man. You was Booker T.
Yeah. Maybe I was loading up by John Cena. Maybe.
Oh, okay.
Maybe. To paraphrase the legendary Hall of Famer, Latin guys are the next Eddie Guerrero. I'm sure he said that, and I enjoyed it. At least they're getting some development on this show. I always enjoyed Angel Garza as a character. I'm glad they added the kiss cam, which I believe that may have been his wife.
I don't know who that was.
It was a plant because they weren't there for the rest of the show.
Yeah,
What
I
are you
believe that's
doing?
probably his wife. I don't know what he's doing. What, you need pictures of Spider-Man or what? What's going on here?
I was just documenting our last. But you know, the worst part about it, I almost took a picture with the lens cap on, but I'm glad I caught myself when you guys called me out. Ross says this whole thing is going to lead to another New Day versus Uso feud. It's the inevitable conclusion to every tag. I don't know, because I was thinking something else, but I'm going to let Marcus finish his point.
Well, I also believe that you have to build the Los Lotharios up because, one, the tag team division is trash anyway. And when the Viking Raiders win the tag team titles in Saudi,
They ain't winning in Saudi.
He ain't winning in Saudi.
they're going to need a heel tag team to fight. And the heel tag team are the ripoff version of Pretty Dangerous in America, the Los Lotharios. And that's what I got right now.
Unfair. You can't compare them two.
Come on, they're ripoffs. They're ripoffs. They're ripoffs. They have the same gimmick.
Pretty dangerous. Every time you look at them, one, they look very handsome. They are beautiful people.
They look like they should be on those novels in the grocery store
Can I tell you?
for $2.99.
Pretty Dangerous is still one of my favorite tag teams that I have never seen wrestle before.
Eric, they look like elves from Lord
I
of
know,
the Rings.
Manny. I've seen them. I've never seen them wrestle, but considering everything that I like in they're fucking elves, man, and that's why I like them. They're pretty I'm like, they should be over here.
And then they
already.
And then they dressed like the way they dress. I'm like, I want to punch them.
Yeah, I like Austin Powers. Man, you're dressed like a woman. That's pretty much what's going on. Like, those are women clothing. They're not wearing anything remotely close to men or businessmen or wrestling clothing.
Maybe they want to be in season 2 of Bridgerton, man. Maybe they want to be there. Who knows?
But I'm happy for the Los Lotharios. I thought this was a really good match.
No.
And Kofi can take a pin any day of the week and no one cares because he's Kofi Kingston.
It was a
no one's
very,
gonna hate
very,
Kofi if he loses.
It was a very, very good match. But my question for you, and this is where I want to, let me open up the crystal ball and see what's happening. Is there a possibility that frustrations could build up and we see a heel turn from either Kofi or Big E turn on one or the other? And if that is the case, who would you want to see turn? Would you like to see Big Buddy Coffee become a heel or heel Big E? Marcus, I turn to you first. I think I know the answer.
Come on, man. Come on. The only thing I want in professional wrestling is to see Kofi Kingston go to AEW and be a heel. That's the only thing I want because they will never allow that type of petty on WWE programming that man produces on Up, Up, Down, Down. He has inspired me and the petty universe. He is president of petty at this point when he's on Up, Up, Down, Down and when he's losing. And winning.
Barely exists anymore.
Yeah.
They should have paid the editors.
They should have paid the editors and Wood shouldn't have got a job.
You know what?
I want Big E and Kofi to turn on Woods and stomp on his crown again. Because the only image of heel Big E I actually remember is when he slapped AJ Lee's titty on the way to the ring.
Fuck.
Wow.
But you saw the soul inside of him fell out of his body when he did that.
No, but Marcus is right. I mean, because Marcus is a version of Kofi Kingston in real life. If you play him in video games, that's who he is. Ross says he'll Big E destroy Kofi and Woods has to happen eventually.
It's anything.
Marcus talks so much shit when he's playing a game.
No, not me. I don't even talk that much. I'm a quiet person.
Don't make me call Shantae in here to confirm the shit that you talk, Marcus.
I just say the truth when I'm winning. That's all I'm doing.
and when he's losing, he's super, super quiet. Super quiet.
I'm not quiet. I'm saying my truth in that current moment of what's going on. I just tell the truth when I play games. I just tell the truth.
But if he loses, does he let you win though? Because the narrative is that Kofi Kingston is the worst winner and the worst loser at the same time.
And that is who Marcus the grand finale is. That is who he is. But when we get
2K22 and we cross-platform play that shit.
First of all, Marcus, are you even turning your Xbox though?
I blow some dust off of it.
That's still not turning though. But since we're talking about proclamations,
Game.
a proclamation was made in the segment where Roman said if he was in WCW, he would have destroyed them too. Marcus,
no, that is not what he said. How dare
They'd
you?
still be
How
in
dare you
business
mess up
if
the
he was in
line of the
WCW.
night? It goes, Goldberg had 173 wins.
Huh.
That's good. If I was in WCW, everybody would be having wins because they still would be in business. It was like, damn, that's a cold line right there. That's a cold motherfucker right there. That man is a cold motherfucker. That's my tribal chief. That's the head of the table because who declared that everybody be winning. Disco Inferno was crying his eyes out. He's like, he's so true.
did you like that
Goldberg? Somewhere Lodi is going like, let's get WCW started with Roman Reigns back up. Let's go.
Did you guys
Glacier
like
was
the fact
crying.
that they tried to like Goldberg in his interview, he acknowledged that he hasn't won in a while, but he's like he's gonna right the road because this match is 2 years in the making. They did their best to try to hype this match up, but I don't think anyone cares about this match, correct?
Eric, I have a question. Do you agree that if Glacier cries, he cries like Mr. Freeze and it like close out and then it turns into snowflake?
Marcus, unfortunately, if Glacier cries, that's why he has such a cold heart. He cuts himself because he cries blades of ice and just cuts his face.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
that's
but
why
Mr. Freeze cries that and it goes to
Marcus,
his face.
Marcus, I'm not bringing that up. I'm not bringing that up. We're not talking about that.
Is canon.
We're not talking about Batman and Robin. We're not talking about Batman and Robin on this episode.
You know what? On the further review, I used to call it the worst Batman movie of all time, but when you go back and watch it, you can't hate that shit. It's so bad. You can't hate that shit. You can't. It's so bad. It's amazing.
Roman versus David Flair headlining WCWC in 2022. Think of the world we could be living in.
That's the darkest timeline. That is the darkest timeline right there. Like, damn, WCW really won, huh? This didn't work out for anybody. David Flair, Hall of Famer, going to the Hall of Fame this week. Might be the worst son in the history of wrestling.
Are you about to leave?
I also referenced the darkest timeline on Raw is Retro. I got the Quebecers entrance. However, not the Quebecers entrance I wanted. It was the pirate theme. It's a pirate theme they had. Where Pierre was wearing an eye patch.
Yeah. And that man turned a PCO.
Or did they change it because they don't have the rights to the other song anymore?
No. They still have the rights to We're the Bounties.
We can sell the 7
Seas.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe they had lost the rights, and that's why I was like, damn, man, he didn't get his theme.
So in this episode of SmackDown, we also had Cesaro losing. We also had Natty.
Who did he lose to, Eric? Who did he lose to? Who did he lose to, Eric? Say it out loud.
I don't want to say it, Marcus.
Say it out loud.
Marcus, he lost to Happy Corbin. And you know I do not like this iteration of Baron Corbin. I mean,
Eric, he's undefeated.
I'm more intrigued about his boy, Madcap, trying to get out of the match. Because his black eye, you know what? And let me just be real. Drew McIntyre put his sword in front of somebody's eyes was closed. You might as well just put his dick in front of his eyes. That was just disrespectful right there. You don't do that to somebody. You don't do that.
But Eric, I believe we're on pace. We're on the right pace. I need Roman to lose that title to some random wrestler. And I need Baron Corbin, Happy Corbin, to become the number 1 contender and become WWE Universal Champion. One time. It will piss so many people off because he's doing such a good job as a heel. He's terrible. The Happy Folk is terrible, but I just want the chaos of what the world would be of Happy Corbin Championship.
Now, Ross,
Bad Cat Boss.
Ross, you need to understand, I am a fan of Baron Corbin. I just hate Happy Corbin. I prefer when he was poor and when he was Baron Corbin.
That wasn't that kind. Thing is, that if that went on for as long as it did, everyone would have been tired of it.
He don't even give me what I want anymore. He don't even run around the ring post to show how quick he is.
Oh, the agility.
Yeah, I'm still upset by that.
Yeah. Honestly, I want Baron Corbin to retire, come back in 5 years, do the ring post move so I can chant "You still got it." That's it.
That's why we have to have Ross. That's why we need to have Baron Corbin versus Kofi Kingston. The only way to finish the match is that you have to hit your finishing move, and we'll see who kicks out. Because Trouble in Paradise is still the most protected move in the game.
Nope. In the days, got it beat. Kofi landed Trouble in Paradise, and they got out the ring this week.
Damn. But still,
days,
if Kofi would have went for that pin, he would have won the match though.
Baron Corbin is gonna win that title, and he's gonna land it in the days, and someone's gonna say no one has ever kicked out of that move until someone he fights later in his title run. Hopefully, Mansoor in Saudi kicks out the end of days.
So
I'm gonna beat you on WWE 2K22 with Mansoor to hurt your feelings.
Damn, that's awful.
Hurt your feelings.
So Natty and
I'm gonna
Aaliyah
race quit right before you hit your finish move.
So Natty and Aaliyah happened, and that's the end of the SmackDown report.
I'm not gonna hit you with a run. I'm gonna hit you with a finish.
I'm gonna take the DQ finish. I'm taking the DQ finish. I'm unplugging the internet connection and ripping the cord out and take the DQ finish. You will not see my shoulders pinned on the mat. It's gonna say this player has left the room.
So that concludes the SmackDown because I'm not talking about Natty and Aaliyah at all.
What? Record breaking Aaliyah? This match has stipulations in it. I did not want
it was a dungeon match, Marks. We all knew it was a dungeon match. That
made no sense.
I was like, where's the dungeon? Where's the dungeon? We just did this in the ring. They decided to skip on budget and then do the sharpshooter where Aaliyah could not grab a rope break. Where Aaliyah clearly had rope break. It's not fair. It's not fair.
Mark, they did a match to protect Aaliyah, Marcus. That's the thing that bothered me.
Can I also say, how about that half Boston Crab she threw on her? That was the worst half Boston Crab I've ever seen attempted. She was just like, I was like, there was no drama in there. Serena Deeb is rolling over in her grave. She ain't dead, of course, but she sleeps in the grave.
That's how hardcore she is.
Yeah, she's hardcore. She lives like that.
So moving over to Friday Night Rampage, AEW
Rampage, baby.
Yeah, I mean, it's their spectacle where they have a bunch of very quality wrestling matches that don't mean nothing in the long run. Just doesn't. I thought the opener between the Young Bucks and Roppongi Vice was a very, very good match. Marcus, go ahead.
I want to open the forbidden door in reviewing this match. Okay? I'm going to open the forbidden door and go back to SmackDown. I'm going to say this, and this is a hot take that people going to say, you WWE biased piece of shit. I'm going to say the Los Astarios and New Day had a better tag match than this match on Rampage.
No.
Yes. This was not a tag match. There was no tagging. This was this random stuff happening, and it had no consequence whatsoever. At least with the Los Lotharios and New Day match, I wonder what they're doing with the Los Lotharios. At the end of the day, I don't have any questions what's going on with Roppongi Vice or the Young Bucks. They're going to be the same this week on Dynamite, next week on Dynamite, 5 years from now on Dynamite and Rampage.
I can see where you're coming from with that, Marcus. I can understand because I felt that, yes, the Los Lotharios versus the New Day had better structure to it. But if you want to go for more of an exciting pace and stuff, for Roppongi versus the Young Bucks did it. I think the problem with that match is that you've seen this match so many times. I hate to say, if you see one Young Bucks match, you've seen another. But my question, Marcus, because I kind of felt that the Jurassic Express versus the Ask Boys was actually a very good tag match. And I think it was better than Los Lotharios and New Day because it was a little bit more traditional. I enjoyed that match. Would you agree with that assessment?
Hold on, let me jump in here. And I would say it was better than the first match on Rampage, but may not be better than New Day and Los Lotharios for one reason and one reason only. I never believed that the ass men or boys or children or the asses, the ass family, I never thought they had a chance at winning. Thought they had a chance.
Even with him being dressed as a Wish version of Shawn Michaels, you didn't think they had a chance of winning.
First of all, he was dressed as a Wish version of Dolph Ziggler. You need to get your shit together.
Agreed.
You need to get your shit together.
Agreed. They were not Shawn Michaels. They were Dolph Ziggler.
Wow.
And which is also another Billy Gunn clone. The
biggest Billy Gunn fan is in the chat, remember? That's Ross's boy.
Yes. He's a 60-year-old man. In a match where I would have rather seen Christian and Billy Gunn go at it than seeing the people involved. I honestly didn't care about this main event because I was like, if I didn't watch this episode of Rampage, it would have had no effect on me watching any other AEW product.
That is also true, and I agree with that assessment, Marcus. But Manny, I need to go back to you to come back. Why did you
watching the Eternals?
Why did you feel that Young Bucks? I I still ain't finished it, man. I still ain't finished that one.
I fell asleep in theaters and I fell asleep at home. It's the almost go to bed film.
Manny's like, huh?
Well,
Why would I take these super pills when I have Eternals?
You disagreed with the grand finale when you said that you felt that Roppongi versus the Young Bucks was a better match. Why do you disagree with Marcus?
I mean, it was just a fresh pace. I think it was just
More
coming
entertaining for the show.
Yeah, coming off of Naomi Charlotte, this was the right kind of thing to go into watching. And I was watching it just because I had a playlist set up. I was just like, I went from that to that. It was the right kind of energy. How I watched the show, I wasn't really feeling the Lethal Lovers, to be honest. I was like, dead. For me, going into that match, I was like, they're just there to lose, essentially. Even though
they won, though. They won.
And then I get to the main event of Rampage, and I'm like, I don't like this. And I watched it at time 4, and that match was done in 4 minutes for me.
So clearly, Manny. So clearly, Manny, what I take away from what you just said, that if you don't like those people, you can't like the match in so many ways.
Do you know when it doesn't seem like a main event? You're just like, why am I spending time watching this?
For the greatest tag team division in the world, like they like to tout, this was like a downgrade. This was like I was watching AEW Dark. That's what it felt like in this main event. Because I don't buy into these characters, like Manny said. Like, he doesn't buy into the Los Lotarios and everything they're doing. But at least they're building something. And they were there to lose, and they surprised you with a win. Maybe you go somewhere. In this match, it was like the Ass Boys are just going back to Dark, and Jungle Boy is just going to be as bland as he'd always been.
Yeah, I think that was my biggest takeaway from it is that when it comes to the match structure of AEW and who gets title matches and who don't get title matches, you can argue that Roppongi Vice or the Young Bucks belong in the main event against Jurassic Express, but Jurassic Express needed to get some wins to put a little bit more credibility into their tag team title reign. The only problem is that the only people who are talking in that main event is Christian and
Mr. Gunn.
And Mr. Gunn. Like they're having more of a
I didn't even give me the full name. You had to get stuck with Mr.
It was like, do you know the Mark Henry segment that went on before this? It's time for the main event. There was so much talking in that, more than any other segment like that before. And it didn't matter. I didn't care. No. I didn't care what they were saying. I didn't care what the Jungle Express was saying. I just did not care.
That you didn't care about them, but now if you would have changed it around and made it Christian versus Billy Gunn, do you think you would have a little bit more interest into it?
Not really. If it was a main event, I'd be questioning why it's a main event. Like,
it's a nice nostalgia act.
It's Rampage, man.
Yeah, but there's not enough heat there.
But I mean,
I think. Go ahead, Eric.
I was gonna say, like, the whole Young Bucks Roppongi Vice. They've been trying to have this match for 2 or 3 weeks. I don't know exactly how many. And I felt that for the fans who enjoy the Young Bucks style of matches, it was fine. But at the end of the day, it means nothing. And then it led into now next week on Rampage, we're getting Trent Beretta versus Switchblade.
Yeah, but it was what it was. That's what it was, basically. It was a Young Bucks match. If I told somebody the Young Bucks are wrestling, this is exactly what I was expecting, instead of something that exceeded or underwhelmed me in expectation. It was just like they delivered, but it was like it was there.
I do want to point out something that really bothers me in AEW is the referee's discretion, and I've been going on about this for years. Well, 2 years.
I'm giving up on it. Came back to it. Giving up on it. I think I'm back on the course. So I hate the referees again.
So, in theory, when the Young Bucks went for that attempted count out, why was the referee outside? He should have already been starting to count, and they would have never made it back for the 10 count.
I don't know. I mean, it's like
AEW. I'm tired of this discretion thing. It's annoying.
AEW
it doesn't follow every match.
Let's just point out AEW is more for the indie crowd. They do a different show, like if they're going from town to town. That's just what they do. I'm a little bit more disappointed with their decision of you have Jay White walk through the forbidden door, and then he's going to debut on your B show. Like, I don't know. Like, how am I supposed to take?
Eric, it was the surprise that he was there during the jump-in on Dynamite. And then it was the whole thing with Adam Cole of like, when they said it backstage, why did you invite him? Like, he's an enemy of Kenny. They weren't getting along for so long. So they're planting this more dissension because they can't carry on with this ascension of the Undisputed Era because Kyle is off on paternity leave. So they have to prolong this story. So they're doing
let me ask this. And I think that's where my fundamental flaw with AEW always takes place. Is that they don't tell me any of this. This is stuff that I have to know and already be in the know about. Like, and I think that is something that might be the sword that they die on.
You sound like a parent. Stop. Act like Donald Trump here.
Like, do you find
time here? I have to beat your motherfucking ass for these motherfucking people.
So, do you think Jay White will increase the ratings of Rampage next week?
I don't know I don't know. They're going against All-Star Weekend, and that's why they're coming on early this week. Is because the All-Star Game and their festivities are going on. Most people are probably going to tune into the shitty ass ESPN Celebrity Game that's going on, and then you also have Friday Night SmackDown coming on in the middle of it, or after or before, I don't know, somewhere in between there. So
I can't remember the time. They know they're coming on 4 p.m. Pacific.
So that might be that's an hour before SmackDown, so it's a nice building show. So I don't think it, and then most people at that time are still at the work at their day job.
Your side of the world is still.
I will be on my treadmill at that time.
We're talking about viewers on our side of the world, right? The UK viewers, I think you guys just got Rampage. So
and let's talk about one last thing.
Because so many people were watching it.
Let's talk about one last thing about the opening match. You know, AEW at one point had Orange Cassidy. He was like one of their upper mid card. Now he is
like Booker T. Orange Cassidy.
I don't know what Orange Cassidy is, but his little thing with Brandon Cutler, I don't care. It's just like, stop, please.
Well,
stop.
This match also featured more Danhausen, who has no introduction whatsoever or what his existence or purpose is. He was under the ring again. They pulled him out, and they said, "Don't curse on them, don't curse them." And I was like, I guess. And by the way, I didn't
Eric, you don't know much about this guy, right?
I don't know anything about Danhausen. I just know that on the internet, he was very popular, and he would always, and then he broke his leg. That's all I know.
I don't know much about him. So like me going into him cursing them, I don't understand why and what's the significance of it. So they need to explain to me why.
For me, unfortunately, I think he's just like Darby Allin and Orange Cassidy putting together. That's what I see when I see him.
And Kevin Thorne. Add some vampire to it.
So, Marcus, your boy Bryan Danielson, he has went out there. He was doing his backstage interview talking about he ain't trying to have a one-night fling like Sting did with Jon Moxley. He trying to be in it for a long haul. He want to be married to the man. And he's then interrupted by I really hate that picture at the bottom.
That could be today.
Huh?
I could be today. I'm wearing the same shirt. Manny, I think, is wearing the same shirt.
He was then interrupted by Lee Moriarty, and now we're gonna get this match on Dynamite. I could care less about this match taking place, but I mean it's Black History, bud. So you gotta get more African Americans on TV.
They're gonna lose. Eric, if I swapped your microphone with a hot dog, would you be upset in that picture?
Marcus, I'm already upset with the picture, so I can't be any more angry.
I chose not to do penis, Manny. I chose not to do penis mentally. I said hot dog. I'm not getting us banned on this site to put a penis on our side. That's what got him. Like, got all the views.
Why are you holding it like that as well?
I don't know.
Why are we encouraging it? That's what it looks like. And even Bryan Danielson's going like, he's really going to suck this microphone off.
I'm assuming I'm ranting about something. I had to get close to the microphone.
Like, yeah, do it. Yeah.
You know what? This show has already derailed. Britt Baker defeated Robin Renegade in a match that didn't mean anything.
No, you had all the dissension, which is a stupid storyline of her dissension with her crew. And Thunder Rosa made the save.
But we need to talk about a moment where Shantae came in from backwards, and she walked in on the moment that was just quite hilarious. She walked in on the promo package of them trying to tell the story of Layla Hirsch and Chris Statlander. And
this was harsh. This was harsh.
I mean, Layla cut a mean promo. I was like, yes, get it, Layla.
Yeah, but Statlander went in. I was like, that's cold.
Yeah, but
she went too far, alien.
But the thing is, Statlander went far, but her words were strong, but she didn't deliver it well. It was just like,
no, she did. I felt it.
You did.
At that time, I felt like she meant it. It was like when she said, "Oh, when she said she was waiting to be adopted," and I was like, "Your attitude is probably the reason why your parents gave up." And you was like, "Oh,
I went, oh, bitch."
Can't talk about orphans like that.
Let me go get my Swiss Army knife on her. Shoot, that's what's gonna happen. You're gonna see how legit she really is at this point.
Both Shantae and I thought that Statlander fell flat with her delivery. I
didn't care about what Flatlander said, but I understood what she said.
Flatlander? You already called her Flatlander?
I called her Flatlander?
Yes.
That's it. Well, Flatlander did fall flat. I didn't even mean to do that. But, you know, that line was harsh. I felt like that was a little much. Harsh. And I'm rooting for legit Layla Hurst to beat the shit out of her.
I'm also rooting for Layla Hurst in this situation.
I need blood. This is AEW, and they want to give me blood. I need blood and guts. I need her to rip that alien apart. You gonna talk about my mama and daddy giving me up? I don't know what she's like a 30-year-old black woman or a black man. You talk about my mama and daddy? Kick your ass.
So Hook got sent in.
Russian orphan.
Hook got sent in, and I'm glad he got sent in because Blake Lee, who's being trained by QT Marshall, I don't know, I hated his chest tattoo, and I said that his ass needed to be beat because of his wing tattoo on his chest. Like, I don't know, just didn't like it. Manny, another squash match by Hook. Are we gonna go any place with this, or are we just gonna see this week in and week out?
I think they're protecting him. I don't feel like he needs to be protected. Like, he seems like he's got it all in the ring. But maybe this is the way to protect him. Keep him on Rampage for a bit. Throw him on Dark from casual matches. But all his matches are always televised. So whenever he has these squash matches,
but never live. Never live. Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to the time they actually give him a challenge.
Yeah. Well, I think the texting is he's fighting everybody that he's probably went to wrestling school with. And he's familiar with them. Like, he isn't fighting anybody like a Bryan Danielson or anything like that, or who's completely out of his realm of wrestling. Like, it's probably the same people he's been grappling with in practice or whatever they're doing every single day. It keeps it safe. And, you know, I'm all for it. Build him up. And then he fights the champion one day, and everybody's going to cheer for it. See what happens. He's the only one in Taz's group, in Team Taz, that has any potential of going anywhere.
No, I still hold potential for Hobbs.
I got Hobbs, Marcus. Hobbs, man.
Not in that company. Not in that company.
No, I think Tony Khan has seen the error of his ways. I feel like he's seen the error of his ways.
They don't plan on doing nothing with Hobbs. Do you really see Hobbs being AEW champion, considering how stacked their card is?
No, he'll be TNT.
He's not going nowhere.
He ain't being AEW champion. He'll be TNT champion.
If we were to vote right now, who has a better chance to be an AEW champion, Wardlow or Hobbs? Who you got?
Wardlow.
Exactly. Hobbs is already down. It's easy further down.
It's not. I know, but if you look at the way they've built Wardlow to something. Team Taz, anyone in Team Taz is like somewhere down here.
Yeah, I know. So Hobbs has no chance of going anywhere. Are they going to push Keith Lee or Hobbs? Keith Lee or Hobbs right now? Who you pushing?
Keith Lee. But he has to lose. He has to lose about 40 pounds.
You gotta think. You're thinking about it.
I think I might take Hobbs, man.
Nah,
you may take Hobbs, but they're gonna push Keith Lee. And with all the people coming in, Hobbs is not even getting a mid-card title.
So let me point out though that they did talk about the card next week. They talk about the card next week for Wednesday, and you're gonna get Darby Allin versus Sammy Guevara for the TNT title. You're gonna get
please take that title. Please take that title.
You're gonna get the return match. Thunder Rosa and Mercedes Martinez in a no DQ match. Wardlow versus Matt Caster in the Face of the Revolution qualifier. Bryan Danielson versus Lee Moriarty, and Chris Jericho and Jake Hager versus Santana Ortiz. I think that's a pretty interesting show if you're following with their storylines. I think I'm looking forward to seeing what Darby and Sammy can do, and if Darby can return glory to the TNT Championship.
Rooting for Darby, rooting for him to take those titles, and I hope that Santana Ortiz cost Sammy the match. Or him and that Jericho bitch. If they want to tell stories, you have Jericho and Ortiz and Santana and all the drama circling the inner circle cost Sammy this match where he can fully turn his back on them. And we break up the inner circle. What's the problem? And we're done with this drama.
I don't think Sammy can survive without them.
No. He better put Ty Conti ass out there with him. That's the only way he's going to get a reaction.
Her ass or her, Marcus? I'm curious. What did you really mean? Okay. I'll take your silence is that you don't want to offend her as a person and think that she's just a piece of meat. So, like, Rampage was fun. Like,
how dare you imply that I think Tay Conti's a piece of meat? I think she's a talented woman and a super athlete.
So, like, for me, my impression of Rampage, and I think it was Marcus has said multiple weeks that it's not something that you have to see to care what's going on. It's like the superstars of AEW. Like, I think it's just a little bit more important than Dark. But at the same time, for an hour, it was a good time for an hour. I mean, I didn't hate it.
Shotgun Saturday Night, Sunday Night Heat, or Rampage.
Give me my options again.
Shotgun Saturday Night.
Yeah.
Sunday Night Heat or Rampage.
Shotgun Saturday Night because we had to stay up in the middle of the night and watch that. And remember, Undertaker whooped somebody's ass on an escalator.
Triple H.
Yeah,
he gave the 2 stone and he came down the escalator.
Yeah, I mean, you can't get that shit no place else. Because like remember, Shotgun Saturday Night was supposed to be taboo that you wasn't supposed to stay up late for it.
Something I don't know what they were doing, but it was always like then it became a jobber show. It became AEW Dark.
As you know, there's always a lot of talk in AEW when it comes to the Forbidden Door.
That's the show we need to do. Shotgun.
You know, Tony Khan is always talking about the Forbidden Door and who he's walking in. You know, Jay White is the more recent person to walk in. Well, AJ Styles was interviewed and he talked about WWE also imploring the Forbidden Door, and he sees WWE maybe pursuing that a little bit more often, but only with people who have worked with WWE in the past. Hence, the Mickie James showing up as the Impact champion.
Eric,
my question:
he wanted Gallows and Anderson to come through that door. You know, he said, my boys. He said, my boys to come through.
Betty, I understand what he wanted, but my question was to you guys: would you like to see more people come through the alleged Forbidden Door in the WWE universe, or is that something that just to stay in the realm of AEW? Manny, I'll start with you first.
I wouldn't mind it, but it has to be beneficial to both sides. Like, I don't see how Mickie James coming. Yeah, it was a cool moment and all for her to come out with the Knockouts title, but where did it go? Like, it didn't really bring much notoriety to Impact.
Oh,
but I would also say that I thought that
froze.
Marcus has froze, so we'll keep it going. I thought that it brought the way that they handled it though, it's like you didn't have anybody on the current roster of WWE defeat her. You know, it was somebody else that it was like Legends that threw her out and she only eliminated Legends. So it was held where Mickie looked strong, but it didn't hurt WWE in the process. And I thought that was a very smart way to handle it. Now, bringing in outside talent and going into a one-on-one match with other performers, that could be a little bit more risque. Am I right, Marcus? Since you're unfrozen now, since your battle with Glacier has ended.
You don't fuck with Glacier, man. He'll freeze your ass in a minute. And then he's with Modern Times and he just freezes your internet. That's fucked up. I didn't realize he could do that.
I cut your bandwidth, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Why does he sound like that? I don't know.
Glacier's had hard times lately.
I mean, he was better than your Keith Lee. You got credited for your Keith Lee impression.
You know what? I think I could have did better with that one, but you know, it was spur of the moment. What can I say?
So the only thing on the comment was Eric's Keith Lee was spot on, except for the unnecessary use of big words. He didn't use them at all.
Gotta use them all.
Oh shit! I gotta do my Wordle puzzle today. Fuck! I gotta remember to do that.
And you didn't start off the segment with greetings and salutations.
I did start that off that way.
No, you didn't.
I did. If you go back to tape,
this tape.
I started off with greetings and salutations, man.
As Manny look up the tape, I will explain this Forbidden Door. I think if WWE were to participate in the Forbidden Door, it should only be on special occasions, like a Saudi show. Whenever they do something like that, one off, probably not canon, glorified house show, WrestleMania house show, basically, or stuff for like the Rumble.
Okay, you did.
I think that.
I apologize.
A point for Gryffindor.
Yes.
Point for Gryffindor.
Shout out Slytherin.
Fuck, I'm Ravenclaw, motherfuckers. What?
You're a Hufflepuff motherfucker.
No, I'm not. I'm not Hufflepuff. You know?
You are Hufflepuff. You
Nah,
are
man.
Motherfucker. You're a Hufflepuff motherfucker.
I've taken multiple tests. I am Ravenclaw, and Ravenclaw ain't nothing but a mixture.
How many times they put you in a sorting hat?
Gryffindor and Slytherin. That's all Ravenclaw is. They got honor, but they also shady. You know,
his hater us would have argued with the fucking sorting hat.
You're a Hufflepuff. I'm not leaving until you put me in something other than Hufflepuff. All right? Let me go over the reasons.
I mean,
it seems like we have a disagreement that you seem to put all the black people.
That's your call. That's your argument where you got put in Hufflepuff.
Mr. Pro-segregation. Sorting hat, Mr. Not in the time sorting hat.
Oh, what house are you in?
Called me an N-word hat.
What house are you in, Marcus?
I'm probably Slytherin. I'll be honest. It's a piece
no,
of
Marcus,
shit.
the Prince of Petty, Marcus. You'll be right there with Ravenclaw, Marcus. You're right there with us at Ravenclaw.
I'm not doing no Ravenclaw.
But you are, because
I'm not.
You got a little bit of the honor for people in Gryffindor, but then you have a lot of the petty for the people in Slytherin. So you kind of balance. But Thirst Trapper Jones belongs in Slytherin.
I will dye my beard blonde to get the.
I like the color green anyway.
I would dye my beard blonde just to try to get it there and wear blue contacts.
And Manny, and then you can curse people with potions being in Slytherin too. Shit.
you do it. I believe Ravenclaw the potions people.
No, that's Hufflepuff, Marcus.
And you're trying to tell us you're not a Hufflepuff?
No, I'm not.
I'm not.
I'll take a test right now. Prove that I'm not Hufflepuff, motherfuckers. I'll take a test right now.
I'm a lie detector.
Right. That's it. That's it. Eric, put it in. Go to the test right now. Go to the test. I believe it's online. I believe it's like a Potter house or something. You put they have you answer a couple of questions.
We ain't got enough time for that, Marcus.
Put you in your head. We do, because I'm about to explain why the Forbidden Door is a bad thing. You got time. Take your drug test right now. Prove to me that you are not a Hufflepuff motherfucker, because I know you a Hufflepuff. I smell Hufflepuff all over you. I smell
Eric, I've got the BuzzFeed one if you want the link.
I got this, but I've taken this quiz multiple times, and each time I end up in Ravenclaw.
Nah, you ain't gonna answer truthfully. So anyway, this Forbidden Door, I think it should only be done for Rumbles and Chambers and stuff like that, and nothing for over time. Maybe every now and then on a Raw you get a one-off or something. Someone challenges somebody, but I think that my issue is that Tony and the AEW staff and whoever are becoming too reliant on this Forbidden Door surprise appearance kind of deal, and they're losing the focus of just telling stories of their own show with, we have to bring somebody in, because they do good when they always advertising who's coming through the Forbidden Door, who's the new talent into AEW, but there's no one ever stays around after these debuts and pictures. So I would say they need to build on the characters they have already and not rely so much on Forbidden Door or guest surprises or whatever else they call it. That's my whole belief on that one. And Eric, where are you at right now?
I'm on Would I Help a Friend Cheat on a Test?
Yes. You know you have. I brought it up in one of the classes. I brought up that I was always the unlucky person, that the person who I would cheat on was just as dumb as I was.
No. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that, because this was an off-air discussion where Marcus was going to start being the professor on his first lesson.
I'm not a professor.
And I told him to chuck someone out to assert dominance.
I am not that. I do not run the Defense Against the Dark Arts classes. I am running a structured class of courses of gambling. But yeah, nobody's getting chucked out. No one's getting DJ Jazzy Jeff.
Please most accurately describes your relationship with your closest friends. I tend to be wary around new people, so I don't make new friends often. I hate all people.
Hey, you still taking this test?
It's a long test, man. What question?
How long is it? Is it like 5 questions?
Nah,
no,
man.
it's more than that.
The fuck? Why? Why? So, Manny, when you put this in the best of show, if you do, I believe we have to go with 20 minutes later graphic.
Yeah.
SpongeBob of Eric staring and smiling. Maybe we'll put Eric with the hot dog, eating the hot dog picture. And go, can you just lie? Can you just lie and say you completed the test? And say you won? That's all I had to do. You didn't actually have to really take the test. People got to go to work. I got to put pants on. Jesus Christ.
I don't
like
understand why you keep doing the show with no pants on. It's disturbing.
Because it's easier to not do the show without pants on, to put pants on after the show and just walk out the door outside and go to work. If I could, I'd do it with no shirt on too, Manny.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm Ravenclaw.
You can see my booby traps. Are you taking? No. We waited this long for you not to give us a fake answer, unless you got a real answer.
Fuck it, that's what I would do.
So we were also talking on the show about the best big man in the game or big person, and I gave it to Dewdrop on Tuesday, as in my Big Boss Man award, which I'm now calling the best big person in the game. I'm giving this to the Big Boss Man. Manny disagree with that.
What happened? What's the question? I'm trying to take both of these things.
You can't multitask, damn it. We're talking about the Big Boss Man award, which I have dubbed the best person in the game. I'm giving it to the Big Boss Man because no one's going to give that man his flowers and being a great correctional officer as he was. So that's my best big person in the game award. It's called the Big Boss Man award. And if you want to go graphic, the Big Bubba award.
Man, this is really fucking ridiculous.
How long is this?
I was 45% Slytherin, 28% Gryffindor, 16% Ravenclaw, 11% Hufflepuff.
Damn, I should have took Manny's test.
I don't know what you're taking a real. What are you taking, a COVID test? Are we gonna put the Q-tip in your nose? The swap. We gonna swap your nose and see where you go.
Fucking once again, I'm Ravenclaw.
Prove it.
Prove it.
Man,
how do I Google Photoshop how to get Slytherin?
Manny smile. Manny smile.
I'm pretty sure there's a shorter app out there that says there's a sorting hat. You just go to the website and he just pick it random. You just go to the sorting hat website and it says, "Oh, you're this," and you're like, "Fuck, they win. It's a sorting hat. I can't argue with his black ass." That sorting hat smokes cigarettes, and you know it.
There it is. I told you guys. I told you guys. It's always Ravenclaw.
Got all these ads on your screen. Get an ad blocker.
Ad blocker.
I'll go to these sites.
Well done, Eric.
I proved the point. I proved the point. I don't understand why that point had to be proved. I would like if my brother and my friend Manny would just take my word for it. If I tell you I'm Ravenclaw, goddammit, I'm Ravenclaw.
No, we gotta see the cards. We gotta see the proof.
Wait, Wesley said, who has the worst gimmick or doing nothing today? W maybe Dana Brooke, Shinsuke.
Shinsuke. How did you fuck that up?
Because I just got finished taking my test.
Oh, Tozawa has the worst gimmick in wrestling.
Tozawa.
It's such a waste. Such a talented wrestler wasted as a racist ninja
Mustafa
character.
Ali, because he don't want to come to work no more.
What do you mean? He just got Kyrie Irving's disease.
And then
Ben Simmons. He got that Ben Simmons.
And for AEW, they were my favorite. The Blade and the Butcher, man. They messed up with them, man. They had so much potential, and they turned them into the jobbers that they probably were at the beginning.
The Butcher went on the road with his band, and they broke up.
But Marcus, what happened to the Blade? He dyed his hair blonde. He was so disjointed about stuff like that.
Well, Trent stole his gimmick.
Well, that concludes this show because I'm Eric the Ravenclaw, as I told everybody that I would be. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Let us know what you thought about this episode. Email us at thesharpshooters@gmail.com. That's DAsharpshooters@gmail.com. You can also leave a comment. Also, I got Action Arcade Wrestling, Wes. I do. I haven't played it yet, but I plan on playing it because it seemed very interesting.
Levi, I want to chime in and say I don't know what the Bunny's gimmick is to even say it's bad. I know her name is the Bunny, Allie. I don't even know if it's a gimmick. I just think she's being her. I'm just gonna put the Dark Order because they should have disbanded that for years.
I currently have the Xbox Series S. If you're not really into like hardcore 4K gaming, it's a perfect thing. Except the only problem is that you run into that memory problem where the memory you don't have enough space because the games are really big. But like,
I thought you were gonna say because I forget to play the games.
No, an Xbox Series S and Game Pass is a great combination. Great combination. But as Manny say, don't be no bitch and get the Series X.
I didn't say that, but do what you want with your money. I did finish a game this week.
What you finished, man?
Pretty basic game. It's very much a story heavy game called Last.
Hold on one second, Marcus. If you want to say goodbye, you can, because I know you don't game, but me and Manny, we can have a conversation about gaming for a good minute. Okay, Marcus, go ahead, Manny. What game did you play?
Oh, Spam. Yes.
I played both today too.
Also, man, they're getting close to winning that prize that you guys offered up. Getting close and close.
All you have to do is say it's coming. Dirty. In the comments.
It's called Last Stop, which set in London. It's a very cartoony game, and then it's pick your responses. It doesn't actually require much thought.
So it's a point and click game.
Yeah, and actually interesting story. If you've got, mate, how long was it? If you've got about 4 hours, it's a quick game to get through.
That's like how the last Campfire was. Shantae really enjoyed that game.
What's with these lasts of everything? Campfire,
they're like,
and then they're gonna make another one.
The one good thing about the Switch is that you have a bunch of indie games that gets to be on there that you can play mobilely. Yes, Marcus.
Have you played the AEW game for the Switch?
It's not an AEW, Marcus. It is the AAW Action Arcade Wrestling that you can just download skins for it. I found out about it when I was watching RG85 and he was talking about it, and that's what made me buy it because it was only on sale for $11. Then I had some Switch points which put the price down to $6. $6 I played for a wrestling game.
Okay, as we talk about these games, and Levi, 49ers fan, resident 49ers fan, who Steve is not playing this Sunday in the Super Bowl because of my Los Angeles Rams.
Wow.
So that shot was unnecessary, but you don't put Veer's full name into the comments. You don't call Veer Mahan. Veer's just coming. Okay, he's just coming. It's just Veer. You don't know if the Mahan part is coming too. Yeah.
Levi, the Switch sports game looks pretty fun. It looks like, with its online play, that's going to be a lot of fun. Ooh, I don't know.
Not when they're on lockout.
I don't know, Wes, because I'm trying to stay away from buying sports games because I buy them and I don't play it, but I am tempted.
Eric, don't get it on Switch. It's coming free on Game Pass.
Is it still free on Game Pass?
It's going to be free on Game Pass. It told me day one. It's a day one release, which means coming on Game Pass. Get it through Game Pass.
Well, man,
but they're on the lockout. I hope the first start of the season is that no one's playing. Like, you just go through it. It's like you just in the boardroom and it's like, you want to play this week? Nah, money ain't right.
I probably should go pre-order WWE 2K22.
Why? You can just walk into a random store and get it.
By the way, the NWO is going to be a DLC pack as well, so you don't actually have to go out there and pre-order that $125 game.
Hold on, this wasn't said earlier today, though, Manny. But I just want to make sure we're reminded by this. But fuck Hulk Hogan. I just want to say that.
Yeah, and
NWO, we didn't say that. Just to remind the world.
And I don't know if Eric's going to appear next week, but me and Marcus will be doing the elimination. I nearly called it Crown Jewel again. The elimination chamber, where we both sit in cages.
Wow.
And we eliminate them one by one in what I'm gonna call the longest day of my life. I'm going Jack Bauer that day.
Manny, I'm gonna be very disappointed if you guys don't design a graphic that has bars across your screen. I need to see that in my life. You could put Marcus in the blue cage from back in the day, and you can put yourself in the chain link fence.
No, Eric, I refuse. Eric, know what I'm going to do?
Eric, I am going to. I cannot put a brother.
We are going to Photoshop Lita and Becky on their billboard and put 2 men on that billboard instead.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a project for you.
In the name of Saudi Arabia.
You guys are really getting into this whole Photoshop thing, aren't you?
It's Marcus. It's not me.
I get requests and I just do them and I have a chance. All that was done during a commercial break or whatever show I was watching.
Oh, Dynamite.
Yeah. Manny, hit him with the Photoshop and just blow us up. Let's get out of here.
All right, buddy.
Super Bowl. Who'd you pick for the Super Bowl?
The Bengals.
Fool.
I also
predicted it. I'm picking the Bengals.
I also think the Bengals are going to win too.
You fool too.
I think the Rams are just too cocky right now. I think Rams fans are also too cocky right now.
No, I think everybody's sucking that dick of Joe Burrows.
Hey, they called him Joe Namath, man. They was like, that's the last time we see the man show up with smoking a cigar and stuff like that.
He drunk. He was drunk.
No, but being really breaking down the team, I really like the offense that Cincinnati has.
He's picking a halftime show.
And to think about it, it really depends on which defense shows up for the Rams. Is it going to be the good defense or the bad defense? And that's if it's a shootout, I might take Joe Burrow in the shootout over Stafford because Stafford is known to throw interceptions when it counts.
Joe Burrow ain't shit. Young.
I saw a meme that said Matthew Stafford and Eminem performing at the halftime show is the closest Detroit's ever been to a Super Bowl.
You want to talk about harsh. You want to talk about someone that chose violence when we're coming up with that statement. That is mean. But yes,
no. Chris Statlander chose violence this week. That was tame to what Chris Statlander. I'm sorry. You don't.
Eric, that hurt one person. What that meme did is hurt the entire state of Detroit.
I don't understand why you guys taking shots at Levi knowing that he is a Detroit Lion fan. He knows.
No, he's not. He is a San Francisco 49er fan.
He's born and raised in Detroit. I mean, he's adopted them as his team, but he also rocks the Detroit Lions. Unless he gave them up.
It don't matter. His team out. Manny, your team out. Eric, your team out. Everybody team out. My team's still in. My team's going to win the Super Bowl, and I'm going to celebrate like it's 1999.
Marcus, I hope your team wins the Super Bowl because if they don't, they will be labeled the biggest chokers of all time.
No, we won't. Everybody picking Joe Burrows. They're the underdogs in the game. And when Aaron Donald stick his fist up Joe Burrow's ass,
that is against the rules of professional wrestling, Marcus. That's against the rules.
As a puppet to call plays for the offense of the Bengals. That will be my victory.
So, Marcus, since it looks like you had experience of putting your hand up somebody's butt, but when you squeeze it like that, what part of the body are you squeezing to make them be your puppet?
That was me doing the hand pupping. That's me.
So his hand would go so far up.
Yeah. So let me tell you the physics. Booty hole right here.
Did you turn that shit sideways?
Hold up. Booty hole right here. Hand right here.
Man, he hit the mic before we get banned for that.
As it goes through, it expands.
Well, that is the end of the sharpshooters right there.
Of his mouth, and he's down.
Now he's like called the Cobra of Santino at this point. We are
talking, and he's saying, "I'm running blue 42 banana." But it's Aaron Donald's banana. That's running right now.
Marcus, I hate to let you know, Marcus. I hate to let you know.
I lost the Super Bowl.
I understand what you're saying that Aaron Donald would do. However, if he did that, he would be offsides, and that would be a flag.
No.
Yeah, because if he's saying that he's saying
I don't like your
42,
homophobic statement. I don't like what you just said. It sounded very homophobic.
It'd be a flag.
I know, Eric.
Enunciate, Eric. Enunciate.
I said flag. You know what? I'm done.
I'm gonna flag you for homophobia. How you like that? But anyway,
I said flag. FLAG.
I know, Eric. But as I get Eric canceled like Joe Rogan on the Sunday night, which is on his day off, and I continue to talk in the South Park bit, I am Marcus the Grand finale. And tomorrow, with the Super Bowl on March 29, 2-Pay Tuesday, we will be here. And I have nothing else to say. I'm just ranting now.
I was looking at a toupee that would make my hair look like Hook.
Man is gonna come in. You don't even know me.
This show has derailed beyond belief.
Eric, this is why we need shows like this to happen, so we have stuff to do at the end of the month for the best of show.
I just want to point out that we had a show that technically was finished under an hour. 20 minutes, was me taking a quiz to prove the house that I was in, that I knew.
Yeah.
Also,
I believe we released this as a site.
You clearly haven't watched the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. We're normally done with the show at the 40-minute mark. We somehow stretched that to an hour and a half for some reason.
I was being conscious because I'm trying to make sure I keep my sanity before my wife comes back with them kids.
Dang, I tell you, man,
Eric got kids.
I got kids. I got kids. In different
Later,
area
guys.
codes, area code. Kids. I was gonna keep going. I wasn't gonna stop. Oh,
we're still live, you know.
Yeah, I think we should release this as a separate clip as our Super Bowl preview and just piss off the rest of the world as they think that they're gonna click onto something that has something to do with the Super Bowl just for the clicks and fall apart. In fact, I think our thumbnail should be the Rams and Bengals clashing. And someone going, ooh, let me click. Because I believe the show.
You look like you're straining to take a shit.
Me?
Stop. No, this picture taken.
Yeah. Anyway,
you
guys have a blessed day. Enjoy church tomorrow.
Super Bowl Sunday.